Hey guys, Victor 100 here. Alright, now here I am continuing with my Rocky reviews. Now, here I am with a review for Rocky 3. So, yeah, this is actually like a really, really good, the great movie. I mean, I really do think that it is just like a really good, to great film. I mean, I just really do like enjoy this film a lot. Personally, for me, I think that this is probably the best Rocky movie of the series. I know that that's probably not the most popular view of it, but yeah, personally, I do think that this is probably the best one, even better than the first movie. I just really do think that the story that this film has, just a lot of the elements, are just like done really, really well. I just really think that overall, this film just does tell the story the best out of all the movies. Yeah, and yeah, I just really, really do enjoy it a lot. I mean, yeah, and this film wasn't exactly quite as well received as the first two films were, but yeah, it still did receive an overall positive reception. But yeah, I really don't see why that this film really didn't do as good as the first two, because yeah, this film really is like really, really good to great, like I've said, and I just really do think that it is the best movie out of the series. I mean, it's not, I wouldn't really say it's my favorite, but yeah, I do think that this is probably the best one. Yeah, in this film, once again, you do have pretty much everybody from the first two films returning. You have Sylvester Stallone, Talia Shire, Burt Young, Carl Weathers, and Burgess Meredith in this film, once again, reprising all their roles. But you also do, in this one, we also get like a few new faces in this film. Like, also like have a Tony Burton, like he is back in the film also. But yeah, here in this film as Duke, he does get like a lot more time in this film than he did in the first two films. And of course, you also do have Mr. T in this film as Clubber Lang. And of course, you also do have a Hulk Hogan in this film. Film, film has Thunder Lips and the match against a Rocky. So yeah, yeah, you do get like a couple of big names in the film like that with Hulk Hogan and Mr. T and stuff. So yeah, that's probably like another one of the big things that this movie it really does have that really does make it like really memorable. And yeah, once again, this film is under the direction of Sylvester Stallone, as well as the script is written by Sylvester Stallone once again. And of course, we do still have music from Bill Conti in this film, as well as "Eye of the Tiger" by Survivor, which of course is just like one of the most famous songs of this movie, and it's just like a famous song in general. But yeah, this movie in particular really did make that song famous. And yeah, this movie also, of course, just has there's like so many things that it's known by. Of course, it's known for the match between Rocky and Thunder Lips, as well as like Clubber Lang in the film. And of course, one of the things it's most well known for is the death of Mickey in this film. Yeah. And of course, like in this film, we do have like a Rocky and Apollo, like actually forming a really strong friendship with each other after the death of Mickey. So, uh, yeah, this film just really does like have a lot of things that really does make it like really, really famous and really, really great. So, yeah, I just really do think that this is overall probably the best of the series, at least in my view. So, yeah, I just really do think that this is like a pretty good to great film. I would give this film probably 3.75 stars out of 4 once again. Alright, so yeah, I guess I'll just like get right into the movie. Yeah, yeah, you may like notice that now, like I'm like starting to get like kind of like a cough now. Yeah, it's because like what I've been dealing with. I've been dealing with the cold. I've been telling you guys in my last two videos, and yeah, now like it was moving from my nose and it's now coming like down to my chest. So yeah, I'm now getting like a mild cough, and I've like really been coughing quite a lot today. So yeah, I apologize if I'm like coughing a lot while I'm like talking about the film. But yeah, it's just because I'm like dealing with the cold and stuff, and now I'm like coming down with the cough. So yeah, yeah. So I apologize if I like cough a lot while I'm talking about the film. All right. So as the movie opens up, like it shows like the heavyweight championship belt, and yeah, it shows like Rocky 3 coming across the screen, and then it just just shows like the a flashback from the ending of the second film with Rocky knocking down Apollo, and then yeah, getting back up for the 10 count and winning the title. Yeah, and then then we actually do get like the real opening of the film. And yeah, we have like Eye of the Tiger playing, and then it's just showing uh, Rocky like really just like going through like several different opponents in his title defenses and retaining all of them. And during the like Rocky's fights, it's like coming back to Paulie quite a few times, and you could just like see Paulie's face how he's just like really like growing very jealous of Rocky because of like just how successful and famous Rocky is becoming, and Paulie's just seething with jealousy because he doesn't have any of it. And also, like, there's actually a video on YouTube of like the entire opening of this film, and yeah, like it has like a Eye of the Tigers like replaced with the Pokemon theme, and the Pokemon theme like really is just like the exact same length as Eye of the Tiger. So yeah, it just like ends up like fitting in this opening and like like just like completely like properly. So yeah, I'll actually put the video of the opening of this film with the Pokemon theme down in the description if you want to watch it because yeah, it actually does like fit the opening like perfectly. So yeah, and then it eventually also shows that there's like the, the new uh, uh new rising king boxer Clubber Lang, and he's just like really rising through the ranks as like the number one contender, and he's just like really like just going through like other boxers and just really like rising to the top. Yeah, and then eventually like then as the credits then and we're starting to roll the opening credits, and then just showed like how more of like Paulie's jealousy of Rocky, and just like people are telling him to like give Rocky their best and stuff. And then Paulie eventually went to an arcade, and then there was like a Rocky pinball machine there, and Paulie ended up destroying it. And then yeah, Paulie then like ended up being taken to jail, but Rocky bailed Paulie out. And yeah, Paulie was just like really just was like saying like how pissed off he was because of all Rocky's fame, like he was able to get him and Adrian like a brand new house, which was like a real big house, and he like allowed like let Mickey move in with them, but apparently like Paulie didn't actually get asked to move in, and uh, yeah, and how Paulie really didn't have a job. Yeah, he was just like really jealous of Rocky, and then yeah, then eventually then Paulie just ended up like asking Rocky for a job, and Rocky just told Paulie that that's all he had to. He just had to ask for one. Yeah, and then like it was like shown that Rocky ended up like agreeing to like a charity event to face the World Wrestling champion, and then then we like got that. Then like Rocky then like had the match with the Thunder Lips, who was played by Hulk Hogan, and yeah, of course like in comparison, like Hulk Thunder Lips was like a lot bigger than Rocky, and, and this really was like kind of like the start of like really like Hulk Hogan's like true fame as a wrestler. Or like after this, like this was actually the what actually did end up getting like Hulk Hogan fired from like his first run in the WWF and the like from his 78 or 79 to 1980 run in in the company because yeah, Vince McMahon Senior just like really was like didn't want Hulk Hogan to really go through and be in this movie since he was a wrestler, not an actor, and because he actually wanted Hulk Hogan to wrestle during the time he went to make this movie, and so then he just ended up like firing Hulk Hogan, and after Hulk Hogan and performed in this movie, and then yeah, and like this was like I just said, this film was really like the start of Hulk Hogan really like becoming like his real yeah, the start of Hulk Hogan's true fame in wrestling because yeah, after like he was fired from WWE at this point, this was when he went to the AWA, and this was when like he like started like to build up the Hulkamania gimmick and stuff. So yeah, this was really the film that really did start Hulk Hogan's true fame in pro wrestling. Yeah, but anyway, and yeah, they like Rocky and Thunderlips fought, and yeah, Thunderlips really was just really just beating the hell out of Rocky in the fight. Right. And then, like during the fight, as Mickey was like trying to really yell instructions to Rocky, like Mickey then was like having like some chest pains. And it's like it was like start up like the heart attack that he had in this film that he ended up dying from. And then yeah, eventually then Rocky then fought back at Thunderlips, and then eventually then Rocky ended up just throwing Thunderlips like out of the ring. And then the match just ended in a draw. But then afterwards, then Thunderlips then just like was all calm and just like praised Rocky for the match, and then yeah, then like Rocky took a picture for the newspaper with Thunderlips, and it was with like his Adrian and their son. Now the son now like was probably around like 3 years old at this point. It's funny in the picture, like you see like Adrian just looking at Thunderlips, like just like upset with him beating up Rocky and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. And then eventually, there was then a ceremony for Rocky in front of the Philadelphia Museum of Art, where then the Rocky statue ended up being like unveiled, and yeah, it's fun. And yeah, the Rocky statue is actually like a real statue in Philadelphia, on it's like just right down the road from like the Wells Fargo Center, or like in like WWE events, like the wrestlers have actually like gone to the statue a lot. Like of course, like when The Rock returned from his suspension in 2001, you saw The Rock like at the Rocky statue, and uh, yeah, there's just been like several times during WWE events where like the wrestlers have just gone and like stood beside the Rocky statue and stuff. So yeah, it is like a real statue in Philadelphia. So I think it's pretty cool that they like used the statue. Like this movie ended up like really becoming like the actual statue. So yeah, I think really do think that is pretty cool. Yeah. And anyway, and during the ceremony, he then just Rocky. Then like Rocky then was like going to announce his retirement, but then yeah, Clover Lang was like there at the ceremony, and then yeah, he was just like really just like talking down at Rocky, like just like totally running him down. Now just like saying that Rocky was just like accepting challenges from lesser opponents and stuff because he knows that like bigger fighters like Clover Lang and Rocky wouldn't stand a chance against and stuff. And then like it was just like goading Rocky into accepting the challenge from Clover Lang and to put his title on the line. And Mickey really like was like trying to talk Rocky out of it, and Mickey then just like wanted no part of it. Yeah. And then when Rocky like just questioned Mickey about it, then like Mickey then just ended up like telling Rocky that all of the opponents that he's had his title defenses against really were just handpicked by Mickey because he was like trying to protect Rocky to like just spare him from the same kind of beating that Apollo gave him in the rematch. Yeah, I'm sorry. And yeah, he just like told Rocky that Clubber Lang's just like really like a lot more powerful, and he's like quote unquote hungry, as Mickey put it. And Rocky wouldn't last 3 rounds because he really doesn't have the edge. edge, or like the edge to go up against Mickey, and he is really more civilized now. Oh yeah, and then and then like after that, then Rocky really just did not want to retire because now that he really knew the truth, that he really didn't defend the title against the best opponents. But then Rocky eventually ended up like convincing Mickey to train him for one more fight against Clubber Lang. Yeah, but and then like Rocky, as he was training for the fight, like Rocky really just was not really taking the training or the fight very seriously, and yeah, he was like training in like a Las Vegas type of camp, which was like just filled with a lot of distractions and stuff. And he was really just like, or like, not really taking it very seriously, while Clubber Lang really was like giving a lot more determination and vigor for the fight. And then eventually, then got to the night of the fight at the Philadelphia Spectrum, and yeah, it had like Apollo as like a guest analyst for the fight, right? And then and backstage, like there was a heated exchange between Rocky and Clubber Lang, and then like during the confrontation, then uh, the Clubber Lang at one point then just violently shoved Mickey out of the way. And then Mickey ended up like suffering a heart attack after that. And yeah, Rocky and Adrian and the team were just trying to tend to Mickey, and Rocky then was like trying gonna wanting to call the match off, but then Mickey like just said that they have to fight, and Rocky just knew what to do, and he just told Rocky to go have the fight, and and Mickey then was just like in the dressing room with Adrian, and, and then yeah, then in the match, like Rocky, of course, like had no actual trainer to give him any advice in the fight. Right, and Rocky, of course, was just like enraged at Clubber Lang for what he did, but Rocky also in the fight, like he ended up like he couldn't like completely focus because he was had like the concerns for Mickey's condition. And when the match started off, like Rocky was actually like giving Clubber Lang like several blows, trying to knock him out early. But yeah, because like Rocky had like of course like a lack of conditioning, I mean he couldn't actually get knock Clubber Lang down, and Clubber Lang then like ended up like taking charge at Rocky, and then in the second round, then Clubber Lang ended up knocking out Rocky and winning the heavyweight championship. And after the fight, then like Rocky went back to the dressing room, and the doctor just told Rocky that they had to get Mickey to the hospital right away. And then then Rocky was like just trying to talk to Mickey, and Mickey was like asking Rocky, like of course like he was just exhausted and like had little life to no life left, and Mickey was just like asking Rocky what happened, and Rocky was just like putting it if, as if he won the fight to Mickey, just saying that there was a second round knockout. And then Mickey just said that they did everything right, and he told Rocky that he loved him before he then died. And then of course then when Mickey died, Rocky then just like ended up breaking down, and then later on there was just like a private funeral service for Mickey. Yeah, and then after Mickey's death, and like Rocky just was like just totally distraught and just in like a total depression. And then when and he then like went to Mickey's closed gym, and then Apollo Creed then arrived, and then he was just then talking to Rocky, just saying that he lost the fight for the totally wrong reasons, and he just has to get back the Eye of the Tiger. And so then Now he then convinced Rocky to challenge Clubberlang for a rematch, and Apollo would train Rocky for the fight. And so then Apollo then took Rocky, Adrian, and Paulie to Los Angeles, and he trained Rocky at the gym that Apollo trained at, the Tough Gym, where then Apollo then met with Duke, of course, and Duke and Apollo then were just training Rocky up for the rematch. But yeah, Rocky just the uh, was just too distracted and demoralized, and he was just so still mourning over Mickey's death that he really just couldn't focus, and he really wasn't putting in his best efforts to the training. And yeah, I should also probably say that uh, yeah, with Apollo's offer to train Rocky for the rematch, he also wanted a favor in return. And so yeah, I'll just put that out there. And then eventually, then just because Rocky just was not putting his efforts into the training, Apollo then was just thinking of giving up. And then eventually, then Rocky then was just talking with Adrian, just saying that but the reason that he's been acting the way he does is just because he does not want to lose everything. But Adrian really told him that there's really nothing that they can lose, and what Mickey was doing for Rocky was just trying to look out for him, and because he loved Rocky. And and then yeah, with some motivation from Adrian, and yeah, Rocky was able to come to terms with Mickey's death, and then yeah, then Rocky got his mind fully set, and then yeah, he then gave it his all in Apollo's training, and there was a small little montage of Apollo training Rocky, and yeah, we had the "Gonna Fly Now" song playing once again, and then yeah, with like the styles of training Apollo gave Rocky, it was just made Rocky, and he his fighting style was more of the Apollo sort of style with his footwork, skill, and speed. With then it made Rocky kind of more complete of a fighter. Yeah. And then we got the night of the rematch, which took place at Madison Square Garden, and Apollo then just gave Rocky the American flag trunks that Apollo wore in their fight in the first movie for the wear for the match. And then yeah, when then Rocky and Clubber Lang then came out, and then after yeah, before the fight had started, there was another small little brawl once again after Clubber Lang had shoved Apollo. Yeah, and then once the fight started, Rocky really just pretty much dominated the entire first round. The first round was pretty much just all Rocky. Yeah. And then eventually, then in the second round, then Clover Lane then was starting to gain the upper hand, and it was and it seemed that Rocky was not actually fighting back at Clover Lane, and Clover Lane ended up knocking Rocky down twice in the second round. And then yeah, during the round, Rocky was just taunting Clover Lane and stuff, just basically telling Clover Lane that he couldn't knock Rocky out. And then yeah, Rocky then was just saying, and just told Apollo that he knew what he was doing, and this was just a strategy by Rocky in order to tire out Clubber Lang some more. And then once the third round then started, then of course Clubber Lang was used to winning matches in early rounds with knockouts, so of course Clubber Lang was trying to really knock Rocky out by this point. Right in. And yeah, he was just trying to throw a bunch of knockout blows to Rocky, but Rocky ended up blocking and dodging them, and eventually Cloverling just ended up getting really rattled, and that's when Rocky then and started to battle back, and then yeah, he then was just get beat down Cloverling, and eventually was able to knock Cloverling down, and then yeah, Cloverling was not able to enter the 10 count, so yeah, Cloverling got knocked out, and yeah, Rocky ended up winning and regaining the title, and then of course afterwards, then Rocky celebrated with Apollo and Adrian and Duke and Paulie, but yeah, and then the movie ended with Rocky fulfilling Apollo's favor, which was basically just a private rematch between the two of them at Mickey's gym. And yeah, but this was a different type of fight. They were just like fighting out of like friendly spirit rather than like the fierce rivals that they were by the second film. And then yeah, they then just like ended up just like dancing around the ring at first, and then yeah, then it ended with them like throwing their first punches simultaneously, and then it just like froze, and then yeah, then it just like faded away to like a kind of like a painting with like just their positions with how they were throwing the punches like blended into it. So yeah, that's how it ended. So a pretty creative ending right there. And if you and 33 years later, we would actually learn who won this fight. So yeah, so yeah, like I said, 3.75 stars out of 4. I mean, I personally do think that this is the best Rocky movie. I just really do think that this really just tells the story real well, and it just has some really great elements in it, and just like a lot of memorable scenes and a lot of memorable character moments in this film. So yeah, would probably say it is the best one. So yeah, yeah. So overall, I really do enjoy this film. So yeah. All right. So yeah, I guess that's all I really have to say about it. So yeah, this is my review of Rocky 3. So I hope you guys did enjoy this review. Yeah, and once again, I apologize for the coughing throughout the video, but yeah, like I said, just something I'm dealing with because of the cold that I'm going through right now. All right, but I hope you guys did enjoy this video. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.